What's up? It's your boy Cino here in my sexy clothes for the ladies. Now I gotta go beautify myself to go to bed. But no, I wanted to say some things about Cudi. Because Kid Cudi is somebody we respect in this game, and as hard as can be out here as is, but Kid Cudi is somebody that deserves respect. And thank you. What's up, dude? I see you. Kid Cudi is one of those artists, man, that you appreciate everything he's done in the game. And we met Kid Cudi back when he was first starting out, like in '09, I think. And he was trying out for a television show, even before he went into music. Yeah. Cudi is actually Cudi is actually a worldwide talent. He was in a couple of indie films that people really didn't see, some really small projects. But his creativity and his artwork and doing a whole lot of different things, he's one of those creative artists that I thought would have much more success than what he ended up having. Hi, new subscriber. Team need to go to sleep. That's what it should be called. No, kid, Cuddy is not like that at all. Cuddy had women on top of women on top of women. I mean, since the time we seen him, and when he got the thing about Cuddy is he was creating so much music and work. I knew Kanye West would gravitate to him. I said Kanye is going to gravitate to Cuddy. I knew it. He was another Kanye West. He was just younger, bushy eyed, what they say, bushy tail, wide eyed, bushy tail. That was him. So much full of positive energy. So when he came on the Facebook and started talking about his struggles about anxiety, depression, and suicidal urges, it shocked everybody. He ended up having to go to rehab. And sometimes people in the industry, when people decided, like, I'm going to rehab, when they do all that stuff, mostly they do it for attention. So a lot of people don't really pay attention to it or take it serious because they see it as an out. Most people go, he's faking. I want to stay mad. I don't know. It's just a lot of different things that transpire. And when you see the things transpiring, things just start going left. Like with Cuddy, things started to go a whole different direction. And here we go again. It was another situation where It can be wasted talent, and you didn't want that to happen. Nobody should have wanted that to happen. I mean, he was a pioneer coming up. So when that happened and he was gone, and people were like, "Man, what happened to Cudi?" Like this is just everybody was thrown like a bolt of lightning. But what happened with Cudi, man, it was when he wowed out. Nobody's talking to me, and even Big Sean's like, "Wow." Big Sean, Cudi, that just shocked everybody, man, because they were just like, man, Cudi's probably on drugs and taking pills, and it's just having side effects on him. And seeing some of the medication that they're giving my grandmother, and seeing the most of the problems she's having in the hospital is due to the side effects of some of this medicine she's taking because she's not used to taking this medicine. Slim Canaan, I don't know. I never thought about it. I don't think drugs have sucked the life out of his talent. I think right now he's just got to find his niche. Things have changed since the last time Cudi was rapping to now. Things has changed. He's trying to find his lane and come in there. The song "Reborn" is actually pretty good. It's actually some his album is better than Kanye West's album. I don't think he should be hanging with Jaden Smith right now. The person he hang out with the most is Jaden Smith. He he's like the only one that still hangs with Jaden Smith. Kanye don't deal with him no more, and neither does Drake or what's that? Childish Gambino. They all stopped hanging with Jaden Smith because he was stealing from him. Cuddy didn't see it that way, so Cuddy still hangs with him. Well, the thing is, when your boss is having issues, the company's gonna have issues. Your artists are gonna have issues. So Cuddy wasn't in a good place because Kanye wasn't in a good place. So everybody in there wasn't gonna be in a good place. So it was not okay to be in good music during that time. Like right now, everybody thinks like good music is, where it's at right now. They're back. But it's really hard to say because you got Pusha T, Nas, Tian Taylor, and I think they all kind of got left in the dust. And even Cuddy's album right now, some people are trying to go back to it, and just to me, it wasn't really done right. This is Cuddy's first album in what, 2 years? Kanye moved 142,000 units his first week. And then Kid sees ghosts. We don't know what that done. So yeah, you can call that a dud. Drake wasn't lying. And he said Kanye flopped. Well, the thing was, Cuddy, Cuddy went into to music. I mean, to movies and television. He was in the Entourage movie, and he was in Gone. What's that movie? I was going to say Gone in 60 Seconds, but it was Need for Speed. He was Benny. Call me Benny the Champ. Call me Benny the Champ. Yeah, he was in a relationship film where he played the boyfriend dating his white girl. Cuddy was talented, but made in America. Cuddy, I mean, I just want to see him make it, and survive. He's actually a person that's really creative and have a lot of great ideas, and want to see him make it. You know, some people they fake positivity. Yeah, he see the thing is he want to write something with more of a positive outlook on things, or he's written dark so well for so long. He want to bring the opposite of that. So that's why he want to bring a whole new energy to it. When he's talking about kids see ghosts, and because see when you in a depressional state, you write all this sad music and perform the sad music, you back sad. It's like water for chocolate. In case you guys are not familiar with, is the book called For Water for Chocolate, which means that whatever this girl would make, she would make her chocolates, and however she felt that day, whoever ate the food that she was preparing, the chocolate, they would have the same feelings she was. So if she was crying or sad when she made the chocolate, whoever had bought it and ate the food, they would cry and all that stuff, like water for chocolate. Now, he's rejuvenated the work with Kanye. Him and Kanye went through the similar thing. When Kanye was arguing and venting at each other, they both was going through the same things. Depression, medication, driving them nuts. And that's why he believes that him and Kanye gonna make some awesome stuff together. Because they got a chemistry that's undeniable. He's like, we just gotta fight for each other, and just get it tight. But for them, the writing process and putting the songs together, that's the easy part for them. They click musically. He said it's just the pressure going toe to toe, line for line with Ye. That's heavy for me. Because he's like, when he first met Kanye, he just didn't know how serious Kanye was. And he's like, but as months went by, I got more serious about it, and we was just kept working on it and chiseling away. And it's funny to us when people were talking about like how the album was rushed or last minute, and he's like, man, I know what it took. There was a whole lot of time to put this album out. If nothing else, he's fascinated about how those samples had to be cleared, and people didn't realize that the Cudi montage sample that's from Kurt Cobain's song "Burn the Rain." And this is what most of the problem was that came with Kanye's work is that back in the days, Kanye, the sampling laws were different. They relaunched these sampling laws now where they can come and take your entire song, all your revenue, everything. One little sample on one little part of a song could take your entire song away now. The sampling rights. This is what changed music over the past few years. That's why you've been hearing less and less samples used. You can lose your entire song off a sample. So this is something very important to know. If you're a song maker, you have to understand. Sometimes it's best to not use a sample. There were ways around using samples, and that was hiring real people to play the instruments, hiring a band. It's a lot more work, but you can get by the sampling law, have it remade. But the way they do it, you couldn't do it that way. So Courtney Love, who owns the song, and Bean Cobain, they were really cool and they cleared it for Cudi. Courtney told him, I don't clear nothing for just anybody. And I was like, I know. And I was so thankful. And that's what he was like, because those songs took some real time and real work to make. So when he did Cudi's montage, and that Burn the Rain is one of Kurt's songs, she know Cudi really listens to Nirvana. Did you know that Nirvana is Dr. Dre's favorite group? Favorite band he listens to? Nirvana. The thing about Cudi, he's a regular guy with a personality, but he loved the fans. And he loved the music. He loved the process. I could never, ever, 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 ever hate on Cudi. When he came out in 2008, A Kid Named Cudi. Who remembers that? A Kid Named Cudi. Mr. Buckland. A Kid Named Cudi. Now that's what I'm saying. That's when he came out and so hard. And then that was a classic. And then he went from that and blew up really fast. So he jumped into Hollywood. But people thought that just happened overnight. Cuddy was always in the acting and doing this and the music thing. So he was in Hollywood and he was doing mostly films, trying to launch his career. But the movies he did just didn't take off. The Entourage movie, those was a big project, it just didn't take off. Uh, that Need for Speed didn't take off, didn't do what they thought it was gonna do. But he had a big role in that one, and I liked the film. I thought it was a good movie, based off the video game, of course. Yeah, he was. No, he loved, dude. They worked together in Wyoming. Like Nas was out there, Tiana Taylor was out there. Everybody was like together working on their stuff, so it was cool. And they was out in Wyoming where nobody could really bother them, and that was one of the keys because nobody was bothering them. They could walk around and be them. That's right. Just call me Benny the Champ. Benny the Champ. But no, no, Nas and Cudi, that was funny because Nas and Cudi was like, man, Cudi's like a huge Nas fan. I didn't know he was, but they was like, man, this super camp thing is crazy. We laughing and chilling, and he's like, it's cool. We around Nas, and then he's like, we be chilling, and Nas get up like, yo, I'm finna go over here for a minute. I'm finna go read this book, yo. Word. And then he was like, man, he was like, this that was just the illest because he was like, he would get up and leave the room, and he's like, we'll be like, has effing Nas, yo. He's like, we be asking him questions about coming up in Queens, like interviewing Nas. And he's like, wait a minute, he signed with us. We on the line, we working with him. He's like, we interviewing him. Nah, man, Cudi's album was it wasn't outstanding. Like it wasn't his best album. A Kid Named Cudi, that was his best album. And you could tell Ye jacked all his swag. Kanye jacked Cudi all his swag. The thing is, yeah, he jacked Cudi's style, Joe. He raped his style. Nah, he did. He raped Cudi's style. Everybody be like, man, wait a minute, that's Cudi. Because Cudi wrote songs for him. That's why Cudi was snapping. Like, dog, y'all ain't looking out for me. All the songs I created, basically, he made a Kid Cudi album. I'll let y'all guess which one was the Kid Cudi album. The whole album was Cudi. There you go. Straight Merkin. That's Kid Cudi. The whole album is Cudi. Straight up. That whole album is Cudi. That's where he went left. So, like I said, he jacked Cudi whole style and jocked his whole energy and swag. And he reinvented himself commercially. Kanye did with 808s and Heartbreak. No, the Reborn song, that's the one everybody talks about. Like, they got like 14 songs. They chose 7 out of the 14 they got. They got way more songs. Like, Pusha got way more songs. I heard a Pusha track that he got that's cold and should have been on the album, and it wasn't. And I was like, oh man, well, Push need to put this out because somebody played it. You know, people be sending me stuff. I can't put it out. It'll be crazy if I did, but it's no dissing or nothing. This was way before the diss stuff was really going on. He was just talking about, more drug dealer stuff, but it was dope. And I thought that was gonna be on the album. And this was like months before the album came out. And they might put it on a mixtape. But Cuddy got like 14 songs. And that's why he said on the Reborn thing, he was like, man, it was supposed to sound like a continuation. Like, where do we go from here? Because he's like, I don't think people got that record from him yet. Because remember when he made Passion and Pain, that album, he's like, I never let the world know that Like I'm that good because I wasn't that good yet. I was thinking, how can I let the world know? It was great when Kanye wanted to use the song because it was perfect for both of us. But we are both reborn. And he's like, after what we went through, I couldn't have made a song like Reborn until now because I didn't feel reborn yet. So now he feels reborn. He was really going through it. You know, a lot of people do stuff for attention. He was really going through depression. Jay Z came in and hijacked his buzz. So it killed Nas's momentum when Jay Z and them came out because all Nas momentum was sucked away. Jay and Beyonce album really flopped. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. The album ain't bad. I already did my review on the album, remember? But I tell you one thing, it flopped. It flopped. It did exactly what I told you it was going to do. Because you know why? Nobody was ready to hear Beyonce be a thotty slut sitting over there with a foul mouth. Nobody was ready to hear that. Nobody who was supporting her and who followed her was ready to hear her trying to be like some thotty rapper. That's Jay-Z realm. That's not Beyonce. They don't want to hear that ratchet Beyonce. So when she dropped it, no, it's the Carters, and my name is B now. I'm not Beyonce. Your fans who are little children, you have a lot of teens in the beehive, okay? Their parents don't want to see Beyonce in a thong talking about cursing and using all this type of language. They're not going to let their kids buy that. They're not going to let their kids be a part of it. Once it came out, it got a lot of attention, then it died right off. Why? Because Jay and them they're trying to sound like Future. They're trying to sound like everybody else's project. And Future should have stepped up and said, hey man, I'm tired of people jacking my stuff. Y'all gotta do your own thing. He waited too late. Now he's trying to do it because his mixtape ain't selling. That Beast Mode 2 album thing, that stuff ain't selling. And it's really subpar. It really is. It's not even his best work. And you can't really appreciate it because it sounds like some stuff that everybody else didn't put out already. The Migos sound, the Future sound, everybody's mimicking it. And they're making it sound, they're trying to make everybody else be obsolete. So I just wanted to drop that knowledge on y'all, man. And hopefully, I don't know if y'all like Cudi like I like Cudi. People think just because I like Drake music, like I hate Cudi because he with Kanye. Why would I hate Cudi? If you got good music, I'm gonna support it. Pusha T album, I gave it high ratings. I told you the album was great, and he was dissing Drake on the Infrared, and I told you Infrared was one of the hardest beats out. I'm always gonna tell you the truth. You see, always gonna give you the truth. Cause if something's dope, I can't front on it and say it ain't. Now, tomorrow I'm finna do the top 10 songs from Kid Cudi. But right now, I want to know what's your favorite Kid Cudi song. That's everybody's song. It's playing in my head right now. But yeah, we're gonna do a top 10. Please don't play this song. I said it's playing in my head right now. So let me get ready to get out of here, y'all. I'll holler at you. Holla, 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 holla.